Now, heat maps are one of the most used methods of testing or seeing how the user uses an application for real life projects. I'll show you how it looks. This is an image of what a final heat map can look like. Here, as you can see, these are applications on, this is a website on desktop, on tablet and on phone. And you can see these, and let me show you what these heat maps really mean. The first thing is you might be observing this little red dot here. These red markers are presenting where the user is clicking or moving their mouse the most. This means that you will often observe that these heat maps are the most red in areas like buttons, links, etc. So if there is a button, for example, with Figma, we had a button, our heat map would be loudest or the most red around the get started button, because most people are pressing this get started button and they're not pressing anything else quickly. This is because more focus is going towards a certain area. You can often make out how the user is interacting with your user interface just by looking at this heat map. This will give you every answer you need. Here you can even improve your designs a lot. How? If, for example, if there is a title, for example, there is a link here or a button here, imagine. And here it shows blue, which means that it's not visited very often. Green, yellow, red, great. It's this area is visited and your people are hovering or clicking here. But this, nobody is clicking here. That means this is not working. You need to make it more visible. You want to make sure that people can see the link. You want to make sure that there's not too much text around the link to make the user confused. And you need to make changes to make sure that the user is able to view this. And in the future tests, this area also turns red or orange or yellow at least for the heat map. Now, as you can make out, the red is the heat zones. Then you have yellow, which is less visited but less visited. And then you have green, which is the least visited. Blue are areas which are which have very little visitation or of the mouse. People don't hover here, people don't click here almost at all. So blue zones are almost dead zones. Okay, how do you do heat maps? How do you take out heat maps? Heat maps are primarily only done through software. There are not a lot of ways you can create UI design heat maps without using any sort of software. One of the most used softwares in most companies is called Hotjar. These are website heat maps that you can get for real life websites or even websites that you're just designing and they're not live yet. They've given a heat map of the scroll. For example, in this case, when Hotjar is used, you can upload your designs like this person has uploaded their designs. And this design, after going through some tests, will be able to see where the user is traveling or scrolling on the website. The red area is the most viewed part of the website. Then, as you can see, when we are scrolling down a little bit, this starts turning orange, yellow, and then eventually turns green and, you guessed it right, blue. So people aren't visiting this last section. People are only visiting up till, say, this section, and then a lot of people are losing interest and going off the website or not scrolling that far. Heat maps can be done for clicks, scrolls, hover, drag, any action you can think that the user will do, you can create a heat map around it.